Hey guys, it's Dave here. So today I want to share with you a video about the 6 human needs. Now I learned about the 6 human needs from Tony Robbins. And you may have heard about Tony Robbins in the news recently because he was in the news for a controversial conversation that was happening at UPW about the Me Too movement. And so this video kind of relates to that a little bit, but I'm kind of more talking about all the 6 human needs and how we can meet them in empowering ways and how you can ultimately be more successful and more fulfilled in your life. So this is what you'll get out of 6 human needs. By learning about them, you'll ultimately get more fulfilled and more successful in your life. So the first of the 6 human needs is certainty. Everyone has a need for certainty in their life. Everyone, right? And it doesn't matter who you are. The only difference is what way do you get it. So you can get certainty from paying the bills and making sure you get a roof over your head, paying the mortgage, having a secure relationship. There's so many ways. There's probably 7 billion different ways of getting certainty in your life. Now, the challenge with certainty is, you don't want to kind of be driven by it so much that you stay in your comfort zone. You don't want to stay in your comfort zone your whole life. Yes, you want to be probably comfortable in areas, but when you get too comfortable, that's when you stop growing. All right, so definitely you want to meet certainty, you want to have certainty, you don't want to be obsessive about it. So the next of the human needs is variety or uncertainty. See, when you've got too much certainty, you're going to get bored. You're going to get stale. You need some variety, and the next human need is actually variety in itself, meaning, what are the ways you get variety? Is it getting a movie from the video shop that you've never seen before? Or is it, going to a holiday to a completely new destination or going to a restaurant you've never been before? Or is it going on Tinder and checking out the opposite sex and checking out who's who and maybe getting involved in a new relationship? Like, there's so many ways you can get variety in life, right? And it's important to have some variety in your life. However, you want to be careful that you're not, some people get their variety met by indulging in massive amounts of food, or maybe it's getting alcohol and drugs because it puts them in a new state. There's empowering ways of going about getting these needs, and I guess there's also disempowering ways. So, I'm not here to tell anyone what to do. It's just making you aware that we have these needs, and you're going to find a way to meet them. And if you don't consciously choose a way to meet them, then you're unconsciously going to be gravitated towards something to meet that need. So you may as well consciously choose something that is of value to you, and it's going to enhance your life. It's going to make you grow and feel better about yourself long term, rather than something that's going to just destroy you in the long term but feel good in the short term. Does that make sense? So let's go on to the next human need, which is significance. So everyone has a need for significance. Everyone has a need to feel like they're unique and special in some way. And, that's where the video of the Me Too movement came in, because, you can see that Tony was talking about using the Me Too movement to get significance. Well, let's talk a bit about significance. Significance is basically like where you try and become unique or special or, recognized in some way. And everyone has that need. It's just so deep within us, I believe it was Osama bin Laden, it was him who had so many siblings. I don't know if it was 27 or something ridiculous like that. It was a massive amount of siblings he had, and he was the youngest born in his family. And, his ways of getting significance was, obviously it's well known, but it's amazing the things that people do. I mean, you can have the tallest building in town by working really hard to grow the tallest building in town. It takes a lot of time and effort to have the tallest building in town. Or you can have the tallest building in town by blowing up all the other ones and having the illusion that you're somehow taller than everybody else. And what do we call that in life? We call it a bully or an online troll. So you can get significance by that. There's so many ways you can get significance. So once again, you're going to find a way to meet these needs in your life. You just have to find ways that are empowering to you. I remember when I was about 16, I just finished high school. Maybe I was 17. I just finished high school, and I remember the moment I thought, I'm going to do something that's going to make me really cool. I'm going to stand out when I do this. So I actually went down to the local chemist, and I got 8 piercings in my left ear, and it was crazy. Everyone looked at me and they thought I was a punk rocker, and I was a punk. I thought I was the baddest punk rocker of them all, and I did it because I wanted to be significant. I wanted to be looked up to in some way, and it's amazing what we'll do for that. However, the challenge comes, when, we are driven by significance. We're driven by it in an unhealthy way. I'll give you an example. In 2008, there was a guy who was Germany's richest man, and he was worth $12 billion. And he actually, his portfolio went down to, I believe it was $7 billion because the stock market crashed. And if you remember 2008, around late 2008, the stock market crashed pretty badly. And he actually walked in front of a moving train, killed himself because he wanted to be, he couldn't handle it. He couldn't handle the fact that he was losing all this money, and his significance was tied up in all that money. So you just have to be careful in how you go about getting those needs met. You don't want to have your significance tied up in worldly things, because if it comes around and takes it, then does your identity go down the drain with it too? So there's more, you're going to try and get significance in some way, right? You are going to try and get it in some way. All I'm saying is try and get it in empowering ways. Get it in empowering ways. And don't have it be your whole life. Don't have significance be your whole life. You want to have a balance in this area and have empowering ways of getting significance in your life. So the next human need is actually love and connection. And this is probably where it's a bit more empowering, the human needs. So love, you want to find a way to have meaningful relationships, deep and meaningful relationships where you're giving and receiving love. That's really empowering in your life. However, some people find love too scary. Maybe they've been hurt and they've got a bad taste in their mouth with relationships, so they kind of shy away from love in their life, and they just kind of settle for connection. And so if you're going to settle for connection, then that's okay, but you're not going to maybe potentially be truly fulfilled to the level you could be. That's just my opinion there. So it's quite easy to get connection in today's day and age, especially with social media. You can just hop online and see what everyone else is doing on Facebook, and we're going to find a way to meet these needs. But to be truly fulfilled, I think that you want to go for the higher level, which is love. So loving yourself and loving others. That's going to be a really, truly fulfilling experience, and a lifelong experience too. So the next human need number 5 is growth. We all have a need to grow. We all have a need to grow in our life. Every one of us has a need to grow. If you imagine like all the areas in your life that are important to you, what are they? What are the important areas of your life? You might have your relationships, you might have, your career, your health and fitness. What are the different areas of your life? So you want to have a look at what are the multiple areas of your life that are important to you, and then find ways to grow in them. It's really important to grow in your life and to find ways to take things to the next level. Because it's when things are going to the next level that you feel more, you love the experience of life. See, progress equals happiness. Progress equals happiness. If you can find ways to progress in your life and really grow, then you're going to feel like way better about life. You're going to feel excited and alive. And I'll give you an example. Last year, I remember I had this fear of public speaking. I really did. I hated it. But I wanted to be good at it. And I remember I had a chat with a friend, and he basically recommended that I actually do some Toastmasters. And, I went ahead and I joined Toastmasters. And, it was like amazing because I started to progress in that area of my life, in my confidence, in my communication, in my career. And it was amazing. And like breaking past those fears. But I actually had to kind of go outside of my comfort zone, really kind of break outside of my comfort zone to do that. So, I experienced a lot of joy from that experience, and I really felt like I was growing. So, finding ways for you to grow. What are the ways? Is in your health and your fitness and your career and your relationships, all the areas that are important to you. Find ways to grow and become more in those areas. And the reason why you want to become more in those areas is actually so you can give more, which is need number 6 is contribution. So you're going to find joy in living if you're giving. You're going to find joy in living if you're giving. So giving to others and helping others become more. And I remember, it's been a few times now, I've seen some homeless people and, I've seen them on the street and, actually, or maybe it was people that were disadvantaged in some way, and actually helping them in some way is really a really satisfying thing. Giving them maybe a warm meal or some food or something that's going to help them in some way. Those are the things that I think, those little moments, although they're small, they're quite significant in help. I think you get a lot from helping others. So, helping others in the environment around you, no matter how small it is, if you do those things, it's gonna, be a really fulfilling thing in your life. So there you go, guys. That's the 6 human needs. I hope you got something out of the video. If I was to give you one little exercise, would be find out what your number one need has been so far out of the 6 human needs. Is it certainty, variety, significance, love and connection, growth, or contribution? Which one of those 6 have you been living, up to as being your number one need so far? And then basically decide on what human need is you're gonna have to replace it for you to take life to the next level. For example, mine used to be significance. It used to be, that was my number one need out of the 6, significance. And then I made a conscious decision to focus on growth in my life, to focus on growing. And when I made that change, when I made that shift, it was amazing how life just completely changed, and so will yours. Just find out what need you've been focusing on the most in life, and then find out what human need you're gonna have to change it to take life to the next level. All right, and that's simply it. And then focus on doing that. So if it's growth, focus on growing. If it's on contribution, how can you give? How can you give to the environment, to the people around you? If it's love, how can you be more loving to yourself and give love to others? So making that shift can be a huge difference. And just recognizing, well, wow, I've been living life in my comfort zone for so long because I've been trying to meet this need of certainty in my life. What if I focused on variety and, tried new things? Made that my mission in life. All right, so hey guys, if you got some value from this video, let us know with a comment, or you liked the video, or simply subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Look forward to seeing you guys soon. Thank you.